spending here in America is on autopilot. We're going to spend $45 to $47 trillion of the American people's money over the next decade. We have not a single document in place to lay out how that's going to take place. I just think it's incredibly irresponsible. It would be an embarrassment to me if I had some ability to run this place and to know that we had no budget.
When you have a Congress led by the Democrats in the Senate who do not pass a budget, the predictability isn't there, the certainty isn't there, there is so much confusion and uncertainty that people have a hard time making the longer-term decisions. It's not a surprise that this administration doesn't want to come to the Senate, is embarrassed to come to the Senate with a budget, because they know that the American people would be so much offended by the irresponsibility of and the nature of such a budget.
I think the number one responsibility that we have in the United States Senate is to pass a budget and to lay out to the American people how we're going to spend the resources that come in. The last time we passed a budget, as you mentioned, was 1,111 days ago. We spent over $10 trillion of the U.S. taxpayers' money during that time. To be honest, I have quit voting for any spending bills, until we come to a point in time where we at least lay out to the American people how much of their money we're going to spend and what we're going to spend it on. Again, each year with $3.5 to $3.6 trillion being spent by a federal government with no plan. I am embarrassed for this body, candidly, that we haven't even tried to take up a budget. I know that the committee itself began to take one up just a few weeks ago, and the chairman was asked not to do it because it made no sense to do a budget at this time. Thankfully, the parliamentarian ruled in this body that it was appropriate for us to take up a budget. And again, I just can't imagine a greater shirking of our responsibilities than to lay out to the American people exactly where their dollars are going.
The American people, all they're asking for, in my opinion, is value for their money. They want to make sure that the money that they send to Washington is being spent effectively, efficiently, and they're actually getting value for their money.
Why on earth don't we listen to the small business people of this country in this body and do what they do every year? Pass a budget.
The Democrats in this body refuse to be accountable to the American people.
Republicans were willing to put, their votes to a budget. Republicans are willing to be held accountable.
This is the greatest threat to our nation, and that is our inability to show the kind of discipline that we need to show as a nation. Our country's greatness is dissipating as we continue to shuffle this under the rug and not deal with it. And I do hope that the United States Senate at some point soon will rise up and deal with the major responsibilities that we have in this nation, and that is putting our country on sound footing.
Even today, now we're at day, 1,111 days without a budget, and to me that is inexcusable.